broadcasting from Miami, Florida.
Check this out.
Let's go. Welcome to 25-8 The Culture. Yeah. On who's hot and who's not. Everything hip-hop. Turn it on, turn it up, get it loud. Here we go. You're now vibing with 25-8 The Culture.
Let's go.
Yo, you already know what it is, man. It's your boy DJ Pablo Maccabee from 25-8 The Culture. And we got another episode of Bars and Interviews. Also with me, my host, D-Wise from the Big Fellas. What it do?
What's up? It's your boy D-Wise. You already know what it is. Got a great interview in store. I can't wait to talk to this man that we about to bring up. You know what I mean? So let's get to it.
Also, we got in the building my homeboy, Big Money Boy Lance, man. What it do?
Fellas, what's good? Happy to be here. Happy to see y'all. As always, you already know. Cup in one hand, smoke another. Let's get to it.
All right, so let's get to our special guest, artist, activist. A brilliant, artist of our time. Like I feel like we have like a legend that is on our show. Like that's personally how I feel. Messiah, Ramkissoon. What it do?
Peace and love. What's up, my brothers, man? Happy to be here. I'm doing well.
That's what's up, Yo, before we continue with the rest of the interview, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. You see the button right there. Hit that, you know what I mean? Leave a comment. We do it for y'all. Let's get to it, man. Let's continue with the brother.
Love me, for love is the greatest luxury. Love me publicly, love me despite what my budget be. Love me through addiction, through relapse and recovery. Love me through poverty. Once you love, don't stop loving me. Like the city of brotherly love, love me for my roots. Might not say what you wanna hear. Love me for the truth. Don't just love me for my juice when you need a sip. Love me when I'm down to my last strip and need a flip. Don't love me when I'm down, but love when I'm up, need a dick. Love me regardless of the consequences of leadership. Love me when they say I'm a piece of shit. A Nobel Prize me through the paparazzi in the hotel lobby, or if COINTEL sabotage me, no Bill Cosby. Love me when you can't monetize me like Ronald Osley. You love money, that money got many men doing bids. Would you love me or do me like Mr. Biggs? Through hardships, love me. Through conflicts, love me. The streets gon' talk through the gossip, love me. Don't hate, donate love. Love is free. Love me, cause love is the answer. Number 3, L-O-V-E me. Would you L-O-V-E me? L-O-V-E me. Would you L-O-V-E me? Yeah.
Right, so before that I get into the interview, I want to say how I got put onto you. So basically, it's going on my Instagram feed. I seen man, I forgot the artist's name at the time, but the song was like GMO foods, whole foods. We don't even know food, and I was like, oh my God. I'm like, especially like me growing up, Jamaican and being around the Rastafarian culture and stuff like that. The message really struck home. You feel me? I don't be eating perfect and stuff like that. I've been a vegan for a little bit, stopped eating pork for a while, but since then I started following you.
I said Ital. That's what you said, Jamaica, right? Ital.
Yeah, Ital is vital. So since then I started following you, your Instagram page, and then the next song was Rotten Cotton. And then, from there, I just been following you ever since. And, this is what I call you when I be screening us, going down my feed. I'm like, yo, this is the messenger right here. Just like Elijah Muhammad. I'm like, yo, this dude right here, he the messenger, yo. You always got a message in your music. You feel me?
Salute. Thank you, King, man. I'm humbled, man. I'm humbled by everything you said. And it's inspirational itself because, as artists, we go in that hole to create based on whatever is inspiring us in the moment, whatever that thought process is in the moment. And, you don't know what's going to come out of it when you go in. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you don't know if you're going to have a boy or a girl, but you get the news later on. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thankful when it connects with someone in a special way. So I appreciate your words, King.
All right, so, we got a couple questions for you. This is called Interviews and Bars. So we're gonna ask, like about your upbringing, what got you into the culture of hip hop. So what got you into, hip hop and the culture and starting to do this as an art form?
Man, well, first of all, I always loved writing. You know what I'm saying? My parents split when I was about 4 or 5 years old. And coming from that Caribbean background, they always engaged us in education from a very young age. So I was one of the children who was kind of like writing his own thoughts at the age of 5. And so when my parents split, man, that was like a tough time for me. You know what I mean? I was very disappointed about that so young. So I used to write to just express what I was feeling in the moment. And then my father got remarried, and his wife, you know, my second mother, who she's a performing artist, a creative. So when she saw my talent for writing, she just used to always encourage me to keep going. And you know, when I hit my teenage years, I moved into America from Trinidad when I was about 11, 12 years old. And I fell in love with hip hop, man. I started listening to like Wu-Tang. It was a 36 Chambers album. I had that on cassette tape. You know what I mean? I was into like the Purple Tape, Ghost and Ray. You know what I mean? Nas and Illmatic, Talib Kweli, I believe around that time. It just, matter of fact, Black Star, Mos and Talib had their thing going around that time. Then Talib dropped that album with High Tech, his first album produced by High Tech from Ohio. So, you know, those were the sounds that were around me in terms of, you know, between the Wu-Tang and the Nas and that type of sound. And then, you know, the Reasonable Doubt and all that didn't come till I got like till about late teens, like around 16, I would say. But, you know, it was really just foundation hip hop, man. The Roots, groups like that. So, you know, I was blessed to have, you know, old heads in my neighborhood and brothers in my neighborhood who were really cultured, and some very talented, some very gifted. So we started bonding in the community as well and started recording. We had an abandoned building at that time. I was living in Annapolis, Maryland. And I'm like 15 years old, man. And it was an abandoned building about 2 blocks where my grandmother lived. And one of my brothers, you know, he put a analog studio. At that time, everything was like analog, you know what I mean? It was like the analog beat machines and, you know, the KCO piano, and we had a sock over the microphone so you couldn't get the when you were recording. So that's why I started, man. And I was in that joint till like 4 in the morning, you know what I mean? Just recording and expressing myself, man, and learning how to create. I didn't really know how to count bars like that. So, you know, I was just rhyming, you know, until I stopped rhyming. So some joints might be like 40 something bars. Some joints might be like 16. I don't know, but I went to dump the clip, and that's all I had, man, was my mind and my voice, man. And that's where it started for me, bro.
Yo, D-Wise, you can go with the next question.
Absolutely. Oh man, listen, I just want to say this, yo. I want to give you your flowers while you're still here, man, because I listened to Money. That was raw, my nigga. Like, I listened to Black Fathers. That's the deep message. Like, I love that. You feel what I'm saying? I'm a father myself, so like, it's an inspiration. Like, you got to hear that. I listened to First Quarter. That was on some like profiting thing to me. Like, you were breaking down what was really popping off, and it was like, okay, dang, like that was really another turn, like mentally, about what was going on and how you brought it together and how you connected the dots. That was real dope, man. So like, you really have a gift for this. So I'm gonna applaud you like that. Like, yo, that's what's up, man. Cause like a lot of people in hip hop and real hip hop, from my understanding, like it's taking a turn. And I won't say it's negative because we're from you know what I'm saying, we might be from a different generation than the new guys coming up, but they gotta hear a little bit of that music, the inspirational, the positive, the message. We're all gods, you know what I'm saying? We're all kings. You know, we came from royalty type shit, you feel me? They gotta hear the message so they know, because if all that's gone, they're gonna stay on a certain path, you feel me? So I'm applauding you for that one, that's what's up. So with that, my question is, out of everyone you just listed, who's the top to you? You know what I mean? And from, like I said, I know you all, it said you were in Maryland area. I know you can't, like you're in the Harlem area because I've seen the videos and stuff like that. So who's the king of rap in New York, in your opinion?
Oh my God, well, yo, why you trying to do this to me, man? It's a tough one. I try to stay away. You know, I was watching somebody last night breaking that, and it's so funny. I'm just keeping real with y'all. I was watching someone doing that, and I told myself, I said, I'm gonna stay away from those types of questions, but because it's y'all brothers, man, and I just feel the vibe, like I'm in the room with y'all, I'm gonna just keep it real. Who do I think in the hip hop or in New York?
I mean, it don't have to be in New York. I mean, you could just say in hip hop in general. And if it's too hard, I'll allow you to give your top 3 and not rank them in any order. You know what I'm saying? If it's too hard, because I get it. Because it sounds like you got a plethora of influences and artists you can drop. You know what I'm saying? So I'll let you, you know, say top 3 in your mind, and you don't have to put them in any order.
Okay. I would say, man, I'm gonna just go with hip hop. You know what I mean? Some of the guys that I really appreciate in this time capsule, man, I would say Royce the 5'9" is one of them. I would say, well, Nas growing up was always one of my goats. You know what I'm saying?
For me too.
I really love that new album he just did. But we talking about the current, right? And I would say like somebody who I think has been slept on and still putting out a lot of music, bro. And just bars and bars. And I think he slept on maybe because a lot of folks are afraid of him. I'm just gonna keep it real. Afraid of his sword, his Black Thought from the Roots. Just beast, you know what I mean? I got invited to a session where Mos Def performed a small venue in New York last year. And Black Thought got on stage, man, and started rocking half the show at most. And all I'm gonna say is, yeah, Black Thought, bro. I would say another God MC. I love the Griselda movement right now. You know what I mean? That remind me of like that when I was talking earlier about that Purple Tape with Ray and Ghost and just the collaborations like West Side Gun is doing with the team. Over there, I think they really bringing that sound, but they doing it in such a way where it's still hitting the new era. You know what I mean? They keeping it fly and fresh. You know what I mean? But it's a lot of MCs out there, man. I like this guy. I just got put onto his music recently. Toby and Wigway. Y'all hip with him?
Nah, I never heard of him.
I gotta listen to him.
All right. So I'm gonna give y'all an assignment. Go check him out, man. He just did a joint with Black Thought and Royce the 5'9". You know what I mean? You got guys like Russ, you know what I mean, from here in New York. I don't know if you guys familiar who Russ is.
No, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He's another guy who's buzzing right. But you know, it's a lot of pens out there, man, that is just so hard to put it all in one top echelon. Like these are the guys who are, because there's so much dope stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? I associate with guys who not even famous and the dope MCs, God MCs, you know what I'm saying? In terms of my upcoming inspirations and all that, you know? So, but those are some of the guys who I think in this era. Check out Toby and Wigway, man. He's a new guy that I like a lot, you know what I mean? And he just did a joint with his sister out of DC, Mamuna Youssef, who's another dope artist. And he's in a group with his wife and some other creatives, but they're amazing, man.
That's what's up. Also, I've heard through your message and how you move and even looking through the music videos, I'm gonna touch a little bit on you're an activist. So what really made you get in that lane of doing it? Because it's not for everybody, you know what I'm saying? Not everyone's meant to be put in that position, but it seems like you like it, you welcome it, and you're about it. And like, you know, as far as being an activist, what's the next movement that you want to push, next agenda that you need to push that you feel like needs to be brought forward, you know what I'm saying, ASAP?
Yeah. I mean, you know, my work is with young people in the criminal, quote unquote, criminal injustice system, right? And you know, what got me into that, man, was just coming from the community, being one of them, you know what I'm saying? My peers, you know, going through the same experiences, myself going through some of the same experiences, and just wanting to throw back the rope, man, and help those who I felt like didn't have a lifeline of support. You know what I mean? There's so many potentials out there who never had an opportunity, man. So many geniuses out there who would exceed the competitors if they just had a shot, but coming from where they come from and being exposed to what they're exposed to, the scope sometimes is limited. You know what I'm saying? They say as a man thinketh, so is he, right? So if your scope, if all you could think about is from here to the next corner, because that's as far as you could see, then that's what you're gonna be, right? And oftentimes that's what your children are gonna be and your children's children, right? It's a generational cycle. So, but it doesn't mean that it has to peak there. It doesn't mean it has to stop there. So I think for me, it was about, you know, seeing so many young people in my teenage years going away and nobody remembered them when they got locked up and went away. You know what I'm saying? When they came home, they was coming back home to the same thing and trying to figure life out. There was no plan for them when they came home. They just threw them back out in society and they had to figure it out. You know what I mean? And these were young people of 15, 16, 17 years old. So, you know, I was blessed to go to college, man. You know what I mean? Like I said, it could have went either way. You know what I mean? And that's another conversation. But I was blessed to go to college. And when I saw that blessing happen for me, you know, I didn't want to go corporate. You know what I mean? I didn't want to take that, and no knock to my peers who did, but for me, I wanted to be a lifeline to those who didn't get the blessing that I had. You know what I mean? So all through college, you know, I'm performing artist. You know what I'm saying? I'm rhyming and staging. At that time, I'm going to college at Howard University, and so I'm front stage at every talent show, at every event. You know what I'm saying? Headlining, and you know, one of my peers came home from doing 11 years in prison with one of my older brothers, and he just came home on some super positive community building, nation building type of vibe. And when he saw what I was doing with the music and the art and my poetry, he said, bro, these young people in these jails need your voice, man. And so I told him, I said, man, I've been trying to get in there forever. You know what I mean? To really build with them and support whatever way I can. So he said, I'm already in there. So we started going in these facilities and using my voice as an MC, as a poet. And you know, it's a message in my lyrics. But the thing with the young people, you know what I'm saying, they fell in love with the lyricism, and then it having a message in it. It just made it that much more engaging because the message was relative to what they were experiencing. So you met them where they are, but you don't leave them where they are. You know what I mean? So that was it, man. And, you know, I fell in love with the work. I fell in love with the impact, you know. So this time it's DC jails, Baltimore jails, you know, for the last 8 years, Rikers Island. So it wasn't even going into it. I'm going to be real with you, with the mindset of being an activist. It was more so just something I love doing. And if I could use something I love doing to help people I love, man, what better job in the world? You know what I'm saying? So that evolved and led me to becoming a more professional in this world, learning more about the criminal and justice system, you know, working with young people more hands-on, helping them when they come home with resources, bringing programs inside the jail, music programs, entrepreneurship programs at Rikers Island in the last 8 years, working with 16 to 21-year-olds on Rikers. So, you know, it's really about taking holistic approaches, man, engaging the credible messages of brothers and sisters who've been formerly incarcerated, and now using their life testimonies and stories to be impactful in the community. You know, they go into neighborhoods where you got the most shootings and use their influence and, you know, to bring peace in a way that the police can't do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a powerful thing, man. But it's also a work that comes with a lot of challenges because, as you know, it's not over-resourced. It's a lot of resources spent to keep our people locked up, but it's a drip in the bucket to help support them when they come home. So you still fighting the uphill battle. You know what I mean?
Yo, message, dropping knowledge. Go ahead, Lance. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let me interject really quick. I
God,
want to know what community leaders or elders in your community had the biggest impact on you, because, you know, from watching your video, there's definitely a high level of consciousness there. And, you know, even seeing visuals, I see elders in your videos as well. So I just want to know, like, what elders or community leaders in your community help, you know, build you or make you or lead you into the spiritual, you know, God MC that you are.
Man, I got to shout out my pops, man. My father, roots man. You know what I mean? You know, my father, you know, he didn't care about the things of this world, man. My father is a real bona fide, deeply rooted, I would say, disciplined man, you know? And so coming from that Trinidadian background, you know, he came from, you know, when I was born, you know, he was practicing the Rasta faith. And to this day, you know, he's still very focused, man. So coming up in that environment, that was a blessing for me. But also being exposed to so many elders in my neighborhood, man. I grew up in the Boys and Girls Club at, you know, my younger years. So I used to go there in the evenings and participate in the programs and all that. And I got to shout out Mr. Reginald Brody, who was one of the elders there. He used to put me on the game and just have talks with me and take me to certain meetings he would have with the professionals. When I was just a little boy, man, I would sit in those meetings and learn so much watching him converse with people to raise funding for young people and things like that. And, you know, my big brother Darius, man, stand-up brother, man, definitely very motivational, you know. My brother Troy, you know, this is the brother I told you who did 11 years and, you know, awesome powerful voice in the community, you know what I'm saying, out here fighting for the people. Got his own organization called A Glimpse of Paradise, you know, helping youngins in the jails and all of that. So many, I can go on and on. I'm gonna shout out to my brother, Abdul Hafiz Muhammad from Harlem, who just recently passed away during the COVID, God bless, you know, but he's another brother. We did a lot of community work together, you know, so many, man, so many. I could go on and on with terms of community leaders who've impacted me. And a lot of them aren't people who are famous, just people I rubbed shoulders with and was able to build with hands-on. You know what I mean?
Lance, you go ahead and take it away.
All right, I love the fact that you practice what you spit. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it seems like we're in a society now, rap, where people rap just because it sounds cool, but you're saying it, you can see that you're doing it. You know what I mean? So it's dope to see that. You should definitely be commended for that. And we're definitely here to give you that credit. So that's big time, bro. But being that kind of artist that where you're bringing a message and you're a writer and you're really into the artistry of the music, at this point, do you feel like you're slept on in the game because of the fads that come in or what's hot? Or do you feel like your lane is always going to be true and that's why it truly survives through it all?
Nah, I feel like the lane is timeless, bro. I mean, you know, being slept on is always gonna happen, you know what I mean? Regardless of whoever is doing what they're doing. For me, I just gotta work harder, man. You know what I mean? I don't really get caught up in the you slept on me thing, or you know what I mean, or you don't, you know what I mean? For me, Marcus Garvey pretty much said something, and I'm pretty much paraphrasing what he said, but overall, he was saying one of the best messenger is somebody who can convey a message in such a way where the person with the most education or the most knowledge could understand it, but also the person with the least education could understand it. So my job is not to go over people's heads, you know what I'm saying? So if you listen to my music, I don't get too caught up in getting lost in the subject matter. I make it very real, very concrete. But of course, I gotta bring the lyricism. I gotta bring, you know, the ingredients that made me me. You feel me? In terms of hip hop and just the culture, you know, I'll be doing a disservice to this generation or the generations to come to not give them my very best in terms of the way that I know how, you know. But with that being said, you gotta engage them. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm talking about food, like you said, yo, Pablo, you talking about the food verse earlier, you know, I brought it to the hood. You know, the hood got toxic soil, can't even grow food. We eat from boxes spoiled by GMO food. You know what I mean? So I'm talking about so I want the people around me to wake up and know what it is. You know what I mean? I'm not so much focused on the people who already get it. You know what I mean? I'm speaking to my neighbor next door who's really like not paying attention. And I'm like, homie, man, you need to see what they really do. Understand that this is a plan, not just for you, but for your children and your children's children. And if you don't break this cycle, they're gonna keep making an example out of all of us. You know what I mean? So we gotta wake up. So when I'm dealing with youngins in the jail, you know, my conversations beyond just, yo, bro, come home and stay home and get a job. My conversation is really understanding this shit is slavery, homie. You know what I mean? This like they making a slave out of you. And every time you come in here, you being pimped by their system. It's a game of pimps and hoes, man. Right? And every time you come in here, you being pimped by their system. They're making a lot of money off you being in here. This is free labor, right? When they count that census, they counting you too. They profiting off you being locked up in Michigan, even though you from New York. Even though you from New York, they profiting off you being locked up in Michigan, because when they count the census, they count you. You know what I mean? So, end of the day, you got to understand the game for what it is and see where you want to be on the chessboard, right? Do you forever want to be a pawn, or do you want to put on your king crown one day, right? And then go get your queen and stand with your queen and you guys make some magic together. You know what I mean? Or do you want to be in here locked up with dudes all day where you can't get with your queen and you guys continue to be pimped by this system, man? So when I'm speaking to young brothers, I'm speaking to their heart, to their soul, man. You know what I mean? It ain't about just scratching the surface or saying what sounds good, because this is very real, you know?
Definitely. Whew. I feel you, bro. And you can feel the passion. Just when we ask you a question, it's like, yo, you give the answer, but we feel you. And that shit is so dope to feel an authenticity behind a person and his music. So, like, I was thinking, like, even watching your videos, your visuals are so connected with your music. It's not all flash and bang. It's deep. It goes perfect with the music. Do you come up with the visuals for yourself, or do you have a team that comes up with that imagery?
I got a team, man. I'm not gonna take all credit for the visuals. Some of them, I kind of know where I want to go, you know, like Black Fathers. I was very influential in terms of the vision for that. But still, I had dope creatives. You know, I had a dope director. For Rotten Cotton, man. Rotten Cotton. I want to shout out to my guy Opio Okio. You know, my good brother from LA, man, who is just a genius with the film, with the editing. And he heard that song, and I had no idea where he was going to take that record. You know what I'm saying? But I know his mind. So when he sat with it, he's like, let me sit with it for a few. And then he sent me that vision with, Rotten Cotton, and it just was ill. So, you know, I do my best as I grow, because I'm getting busier and busier every day. So I can't do it all myself. You know, I got to shout out to my business partner, Eric. You know, he's been very helpful with just, you know, sometimes keeping me on point when he hears like a visual or something like that, to say, you know what, you know, I think for this part right here, this will be dope or whatever. So, you know what I mean? So I would say I'm definitely influential in terms of the videos, but I try to be as inclusive as possible with people that I trust and who I know also got experience behind that camera, man. So with money, I got to shout out the brother Chris Green. You know what I mean? He's a brother from here in New York, and we met halfway with that and manifested something powerful. So, you know, so it really varies. And sometimes it's not even planned. I'm gonna be real with you. Sometimes we outside, we working, and things just come up on the fly. Like, you know what? Yeah, that's a nice bridge right there. Let's go on the top of that bridge and get a shot. And you know what I mean? And capture what's going on. So it varies.
Yeah, man, I was just to piggyback on what Lance just said, your stuff it's like, yo, if you have a puzzle, you know, all the pieces and you make them fit perfectly, from your songs to your videos, everything's perfect. And it's like watching your thing is more like, it's like watching a mini movie, and then it's like you're a storyteller. So like everything connects perfectly.
Exactly.
So you're getting all senses. You feel what I'm saying? So that's just like some real, like, even when you're talking about like the energy just coming off, like, yo, when they say your aura is with you, like, yo, you can sense where you at, you feel what I'm saying? And there's no fakeness with it. And like I said, you have the essence of, you are, you know what I'm saying? You're practicing what you preach. Because there's people that are conscious, that are woke, that like, oh, okay, but I see you still have those Jordans on your feet, but you just said bye. You know what I'm saying? But you just said, oh, but you know, they're making all this stuff over in China. Like, well, guess where they make Jordans at? Like, you feel what I'm saying? So like, you gotta talk that talk and walk that walk. You feel what I'm saying? Or you'd be like, oh yeah, you know, people like, only do this, only eat this, only do organic. Like, oh, okay, well, you know, there's no such thing as organic seedless watermelon, but that's what you're eating right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like you're talking it, they're trying to do, but it's like they're not living it, and you are. So you know what I'm saying? That's to be commended.
And you know, respect you. And I would say it's a work in progress, man, because even with myself, you know, we all have our own contradictions, bro. You know what I mean? And not all the time it's intentional. You know what I'm saying? But we all are a work in progress. So as we become more aware of certain things, we do our best to be examples of what we know and who we evolve to be as a result of that knowledge, you know, and how it impacts us, oftentimes conveys through our lifestyle. So, you know, I see myself as I am the culture, you know what I mean? So I'm not here to shame any aspect of it. You know what I mean? Because like I said, I'm heavily involved with the youth. So I hear it all. You know what I'm saying? In terms of the music, the sound, what they talking about, what they going through. You know what I'm saying? And it's all real. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's about meeting our people where they are, but not leaving them where they are. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody wants to grow, everybody wants to evolve. Some people just don't know how to tap in. You know what I mean? Where do I start? You know, where do I find that bridge? You know what I'm saying? So, and it's also about being tangible. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not the artist. Like, Pablo hit me, I got back to him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the artist who's avoiding his people. Like, I'm very involved with my people. You know what I'm saying? And I love that aspect of community where we able to rub shoulders from different parts of the world, whether you in Florida, whether you in Singapore, whether you in South Africa, whether you in LA, and say, yo, man, we all got something in common. You know what I'm saying? And just y'all heard my music and y'all felt it. It meant that it connected with you. You was able to relate to some aspect of it that you felt was real, that you felt was important. So I love that sense of community and what the art form does in terms of bringing us together like that. It's a beautiful thing. You know what I mean?
So what's the end game? You know what I mean? That's the one I wanted to ask. Like, when it's all said and done, you know what I mean? I don't know if you want to give everything blood, sweat, and tears into music, if you want to do the blood, sweat, and tears into activism, or if there's other ideas you've got. But when it's all said and done, you know, what do you want to be remembered for? And then what's your end game with all this?
I mean, there is no end game, I would say, man. I would say there is no end game. You know what I mean? The plan is to be infinite, man. My plan is to really be timeless, man, and to really create in such a way where my music and my movement outlives me. You know what I mean? So it's really to help as many people as possible to really be able to carry on that torch, be as impactful as I could be, so I could be in a position to put as many young people and, in the forefront to win and keep implementing that vision and make it cool for the culture, make it dope for the culture, and, save lives, man. My mission is to save lives, man. You know what I mean? Like I said, whether you in LA, whether you in the south side of Chicago, in Detroit, in Florida, you know what I'm saying? I want my music to be a light to you, to be inspirational to you, to be real to you in that moment. I'm not here to glorify death. I'm not here to glorify anything that's taken us under. I'm here to address it, to convey the realness of it all, but to let us know that, listen, man, greatness is yours, and you'll be a fool not to tap into it. You know what I mean?
Definitely, man. Like, you're a very deep individual, and I like how you said that you want your music to be, your influence and your impact to be timeless. I'm like, yo, that right there has me. You have a Tupac a book right there behind you.
Oh yeah. Yo, let me get this cat out the way.
Nah, but it's like, even when Tupac passed, like, his music and his message is just until the end of time, like he said. You feel me?
He said, right. So that was a deep thing right there.
So I'm like,
I'm the cat too, man. Every time I'm on camera, my cat stays trying to get a cameo. I'm live working out, and he want to be in the live too. I'm like, yo, man, this guy is hilarious. But yeah, Pac, definitely one of my inspirations. Tupac, man. Like you said, timeless, bro. Timeless.
Yeah. Right before we wrap up the interview, I know you want to either debut a song or a freestyle. Money.
Oh man. Oh yeah. So what we doing? We just want me to spit it live?
So you can spit it live, or I can just go ahead and edit the video in. It's up to you.
All right, let's do it. MONEY. This is one of the singles off my project, The Eye of Freedom. The Eye of Freedom by Messiah Ramkissoon. It's on all platforms, Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music. And let's get into it. The name of the single is called Money. So you make niggas bag up, sell crack to their mother. You make niggas stab the back of their brother. You the reason niggas sell to strangers, get bagged by undercover. Damn, Money, you a bad motherfucker. Damn, Money, it's mad funny, same time sad, Money. The false hope you gave those who never had money. I mean, what's good money? What's bad money? Trapping, not filing taxes, or driving taxi for cab money. Watching privileged kids live off their dad money. In this village, kids live off nickel bag money. Viruses made for pharmacy drug money. Carrots on our teeth like Bugs Bunny from African blood money. But the next, if you got Donald Trump money, companies leeching the poor with McDonald's lunch money. Never been a hush puppy, I'm just speaking the facts. Money rule the world, that's why I need mine in stacks.
Sheesh.
Yo, money turn a God prophet to a false prophet. Turn a non-profit to a for-profit. All for that top list in the Forbes profit. Warm pockets, the top list in the warm tropics. Money could either build or destroy you. Could make you do a bid or employ you. I seen money become the goal of an activist. Seen people who seen money but never seen happiness. Too much hand, too much to hold money. Too much for a rubber band, too much to fold money. Back in the motherland, we was touching gold money. Now it's trap house dope money, strip club pole money, huh? The upgrade is real, huh? Since my sarcasm, everything's for sale, even the orgasm. Everything except for organic fruits, veggies. On the east side where I reside is a food desert. Gotta buy food from the west like a Snoop record. We thought we was being healthy, drinking that juice naked. We thought it was kosher like the Jews neck of the woods. Found out Coca-Cola was making the goods. Every day it proves. To bring more coins in, they sell us poison and say FDA approved. Kick you out your hood without any place to move. Paper chase on the money race, better lace it. Money turn a God prophet to a false prophet. Turn a non-profit to a for-profit. All for that top list in the Forbes profit. Warm pockets, the top list in the warm tropics. Money could either build or destroy you. Could make you do a bid or employ you. I seen money become the goal of an activist. Seen people who seen money but never seen happiness. You say you got goals, go get it then. I got a show late night, no letterman. Poetic king, had a dream like Coretta's king. Books I once read, I read again. For Jews to get ahead again. Like an Olympian with more melanin. Gold medaling, but my biz, no meddling. My past, I gotta be better than. No settling, so if you bet against him, you never win. Bet again, rapper back in the industry to let him in. I built my own ladder and leveled in. The devil's grin turned to a frown. It's everything turned around. Turning up, no more turning down. Product too strong, can't turn it down. Like potheads who burn it down. Germantown to the Big Apple. Everybody's a hustler. When the money lose value, all you got is the culture. I see money turn a God prophet to a false prophet. Turn a non-profit to a for-profit. All for that top list in the Forbes profit. Warm pockets, the top list in the warm tropics. Money could either build or destroy you. Could make you do a bid or employ you. I seen money become the goal of an activist. Seen people who seen money but never seen happiness.
Oh my. Yo.
Mars.
Yo, if you
E to Z, yo, you caught that.
You need to go ahead and go follow right now, man.
ASAP.
Like,
get this man ASAP,
the Eye
yo.
of Freedom. The Eye of Freedom on all platforms.
Yo, Money will have you selling crack to your mother. Damn, Money, you a bad mother. Oh.
And, you know, and these are real things, man. These are things we saw coming up, man. You know what? When you saw brothers say, you know, if my mom don't get it, you heard brothers talking like that. Like, my mom don't get it from me, she gonna get it from somewhere else. So I don't want to have to go through the embarrassment of going around the block to get it. You know, and this is just the corruption. But this is not who we are, man. This is what we were shaped into. You know what I mean?
Facts.
But we got to get back to who we are, man.
Like, even the line when you talked about, because I like, that's just a small connection, because I remember when naked juices came out, those were all the raves and craze. Everybody was drinking it, thinking it was good for them. And then boom, Coca-Cola got to it, and then you started seeing it, and then afterwards, I remember like, you looked up and like, yo, this shit is actually got all this artificial bullshit in it, you know what I mean? Like, but I remember when they came up, you couldn't catch someone's hand without it. You feel what I'm saying? So that's just, it's crazy, man. Like you said, like, this is all real shit. Like, yeah, that's that small part. You can connect to that.
No doubt, King. Absolutely.
Yo, man, it was a pleasure having you on the show. I want you, right before we end this, I want you to go ahead and, tell people where they can find you and shout out whoever you want to shout out.
Yeah, man. I want to just shout out to people, man, all the people that's keeping it alive all across the planet, man. You brothers, I want to shout y'all out. Thank you for having me, today. I got to shout out definitely the Most High God, you know what I'm saying, for just blessing me to stay inspired and to do what I'm doing and to be able to keep growing and building. You know what I mean? And shout out to people, man, all parts of the planet, from Africa to India to, you know what I mean? Every day I wake up and see people in different parts of the world that's just speaking life and supporting and pouring life into what I'm doing. So I want to thank them, of course, my family, but yeah, you can find me, Messiah Ramkissoon is my full name. That's my handle on all social medias. That's MESSIAHRAMKISSOON. That's my Instagram, website, MessiahRamkissoon.com. Spotify, Tidal, YouTube, Messiah Ramkissoon. So yeah, get at me. We got a lot of content, and I'm thankful for everybody giving feedback on what they seeing. But I'm sitting on a whole lot, man. I can't wait to share with y'all some of what I'm sitting on, and also what I'm cooking. So
yeah, we ready.
Yeah, man. Yo, listen, 25-8, our platform, yo. This bridge is open for you to cross it whenever you need it, you know what I mean? So just know that. So all it is a reach out, we back on it, man. I appreciate you making time for us to come on and, drop that knowledge, drop the bars and everything. So, you know what I mean? Thank you, King, for real.
Yo, so
definitely.
Thank y'all for having me, bros. Appreciate y'all, man. We're going to keep building. I'm definitely going to stay tapped in.
Oh, for sure.
Appreciate that. We definitely going to stay in.
Everybody, thanks for rocking with 25-8 The Culture. This was a segment of Bars and Interviews. We out. Peace.
Peace.